This video is not intended for viewers under the age of 13. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello fellow toy junkies, welcome back. Today we're taking a look at the Tfcon exclusive Planet X Helios. This is brought to you by the wonderful folks over at thechosenprime.com, and I have to say it's a pretty impressive figure. It really is. I don't usually take a look at boxes, but I feel that this one deserves a nod. It's got the diachrome colored version of Ultra Magnus' chest pictured on the front. Got his arm, his back, and his other arm. It looks really good. This is of course the metallic edition, so it's going to have a lot of chrome. But that being said, let's get this guy cracked open and see what he has in store for us. Stay tuned. First, as always, we'll start with accessories. Comes with his blaster. Looks really good. Highly detailed, painted in silver with nice blue and gold highlights. Looks really good. Same on the other side. It does transform, so you can store it in bot mode, but I don't recommend it. As you can see, it does take the red metallic paint off of the vehicle mode. Another thing that is neat is it has a transforming feature, although I don't know what it's for. But you notice these hinges, it can transform into a different sculpt. So there you go. If you know what this is for, if it serves a particular purpose, please let me know in the comments. But as for right now, all I can say is it just gives a different appearance to the gun. But the gun is really well done. Now the gun has no pegs or any kind of mounting system on it, so you're reduced to actually just sliding it into the hand and hoping that friction is enough to hold it in place. But regardless what you do, slightest little tap and she goes to spinning. So that is disappointing. I wish they would have at least put some pegs on it, something to secure it in place. He also comes with his hammer, which in my opinion really is an amazing looking accessory. Done in, again, silver with blue and red accents. It's done really well, and it does transform, but we'll get into that in the alt mode transformation. One thing that is interesting to note is the colors match the G.I. Joe classified roadblock gun perfectly. So if you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen my pictures comparing the two. But that being said, this is a really well done, sculpted, and presented piece. And again, there are no pegs or mounting system in place on it, so you are stuck with the friction that you're able to apply with the articulated hands. But in hand, it does look really good. And that brings us to Helios. And I have to say, he really is a very impressive looking figure. The colors are amazing. The paint applications, they do truly look amazing. So let's get in close for some detail here. There is the Ultra Magnus head, which is a bit far back. It's kind of hard to focus. Let me lift up a little bit. There we go. He definitely does have an imposing face. It's done really well with the silver on the antenna, the red and yellow on the crest, and then yellow on the eyes and silver face. It does really look good. It is on a ball, so you got up and down. Definitely got some attitude, and we'll do full 360. Coming down the chest, amazing paint with the blue and silver. Some nice red accents on the venting. Looks really good. If you look down inside, you can see the yellow on the abs from the Ultra Magnus figure inside of the armor. Looking at the arms, nice and impressive red armor with yellow details. You've got silver for the rockets. Nicely detailed side to the shoulder pads or shoulder armor. Coming down to the hands. Nice red paint, yellow accents. A little bit sloppy in here, but it still looks good. Then you do have upper bicep rotation. I'm surprised you can actually, with the armor, still get 90 degrees as far as bend. And then the hands do rotate, although it is tight. A little bit of pivot, which is nice. And then the fingers are articulated on a single pin, so they do make a fist. And then the thumb is on a ball the thumb is the only one with a second point of articulation, if you can see it there. So hands are a little disappointing, but they're done okay. Coming down to the waist, you do have waist rotation. Oh, and I forgot to show the arms. You're actually limited to there on up, but you can, if you work around the armor, manage to do a 360. Again, waist rotation, no ab crunch. Nice painted here on the crotch plate. Nice black paint. You've got silver paint on the thighs. You got a nice blue metallic paint on the legs. Silver metallic with yellow and red accents. Same for the feet. Nice silver metallic blue. Sorry, nice blue metallic. I don't know why I keep saying silver. Paint extends to the back of the feet. Here's the side of the leg with silver painted wheels. This is just black plastic, and the yellow is transparent. As far as articulation, you do have thigh rotation in there. You can get almost all the way up with the armor on. Decent amount back. You do get pretty close to a 90 degrees. Then down to the feet, you have an ankle rocker. No up, but a little bit down. But the toe does give you the full range up and down. So that is Helios in his robot mode. And I have to say, it is pretty impressive. And just for a comparison, here he is with the Transform Element Optimus Prime and G Creation Dust, their smokescreen. So I am going to go over how to remove the armor. It's fairly simple. The feet are simply held on by 2 pegs here at the bottom. Give it a wiggle waggle and each foot will come off. The shins are actually very simple to come off. There's a 3-peg mechanism holding them on, and they'll just pop off really easy. The arms, they actually somewhat wrap around, but they're only held on by 1 peg. So if you get the proper location, proper amount of force, they will slide right off. You want to do the same for this side. Now the shoulders are a different story. If you see in here, you've got this metal arm and the metal going around the blue peg. Due to the shape of the shoulders, it is difficult to get off, so I am going to do it off camera. So I will be right back. Alright, now there we have the shoulders off. So that simply leaves us with the chest, which is simply held on by 2 pegs on the side. Just want to undo those. And there we go. There's the basic bot mode that is underneath all that armor. So I'm gonna get him converted over to non-armored Ultra Magnus mode. I'll be right back. Alright, now here we have Ultra Magnus in his non-armored mode. And there is one piece that I failed to remove during the previous section, but the last piece of armor you want to remove is just the crotch piece, and it simply slides right off. And there we go. We have Ultra Magnus fully in his unarmored bot mode, and I have to say, with the paint, it looks amazing. You can hear the squeaky joints, but just zooming in here to take a look at some detail. Again, let me go up a little bit. There is the secondary head. Looks really nice with the black, silver, and yellow eyes. Again, nicely articulated up and down, attitude, full 360, works really good. Coming down the chest, you got the wonderful metallic blue with silver and yellow accents, especially here on the rib cage or abs. Looking at the arms, you have movement out to there. Again, same bicep rotation, same bend of the arms, and just due to the paint, everything is really stiff, but you get 90 degrees, and hands are even less articulated in this mode than they are with the robot. It's just basically solid hands that extend out, and the thumb is fixed. But you can rotate it. No pivot this time. Coming down to the waist, again, you got that same ab rotation, waist rotation, but you could fake an ab crunch, but you do break the mold when you do that. It's just, you gotta pop it out like that. You could fake an ab crunch, but you're left with a floppy mess. But it's there if you want to do it. Coming down the legs, same silver paint that we saw in the armored mode. Now we have different decor here on the front, done all in black. Looks really good, nicely detailed there on the inside. It's inside of the feet as well. They look good. The black is all just plastic. It might be paint. It's got a nice sheen on it, but I don't think it is. Nice yellow on the kneecap. As far as articulation, you've got the same bicep, same thigh rotation, less than 90 degrees on the knee bend, and toe can rock in or out, down and up. So it is really well articulated. Some added detail here. If you look at the arms, really nicely done on both sides, and then on the inside of the shoulders, they even detailed in there. So it looks really good. But this brings us to the other accessories we have, which these are strictly for this mode. You've got two of these shoulder pieces, and what they do is they simply plug in here in the same location as the shoulder. So you can't use them when you have the armor on, but they do look good. You can put them back, put them up any way that you want, but they will only fit one way. So we have that. Oh, and here's the back for those that are wondering. So it does look good from the back as well. Now, you can, if you want, pull these panels out to completely cover the back of the legs, but the end result really isn't worth the effort. And it also, the legs are on a double hinge system. In my opinion, it puts too much pressure on those plastic hinges. So leaving them like this, you can't tell from the front. And then last, one thing we will show the gimmick of the matrix in the chest. So it's nicely done. It is a beautiful version of Ultra Magnus. I do really love this. Now, for the sake of time, I'm not going to go over transformation. There are several versions of this guy. I think this is number 3, and plenty of transformation videos out there if you want to do it. Sorry, but with the armor transformation that's coming up, I do need to save the time on the video. But there is Ultra Magnus in his unarmored mode. Alright, here we have Ultra Magnus in his unarmored alt mode. I'm going to say it looks really good. It does roll perfectly fine. But It's amazing how compact this thing gets. But let's take a look at some detail here. Again, you got the silver painted wheels. All do spin nicely. They are just plastic. Some nice detail on the sides. You can see the scuff marks here from transformation and applying the armor, things of that nature. So be careful with this guy. The metallic paint causes pegs to stick and scratches all over the place. But you can see the exhaust pipes that we put in the side here. They are adjustable. Going around the back, you can leave his feet up or down, do whatever you want with them, but they look good. Yellow accents there on the black plastic. Yellow transparent headlights. Coming around the other side, much of the same. Looks good. And the fronts. You got beautiful, beautiful metallic paint coming through. Nice silver and yellow on the grille and on the bumper and the headlights. Looks truly amazing. One thing I do like is the boosters here on the back that are done in nice silver and yellow. I mean, all around, this does remind me of the game quite a bit. It looks really, really good. So next, I will be showing you how to combine the armor so that we can get him into armored Ultra Magnus mode. So with the head and the chest, simplest transformation, just fold it down and tuck it away. Very simple. With the shin pieces, bring them in. Now with the metallic paint, you can do it either way, it doesn't matter, but this side's more scuffed up, so I tend to want to use the same side each time. They fasten together very, very securely. And then bring in your crotch plate. This hole will go on those two pegs. And that definitely helps stabilize. With the feet, you want to disassemble. So essentially, take the toes off. And this guy does transform. You want to unhinge it. Bring it out on this double hinge. Bring this arm out. Bring this out. And then connect the pegs going all the way up. So you end up with this. Do the same for the other piece. Take the foot off. Swing it out on the double hinge. Just bring this piece forward. Peg it together. Then you will, I'm pretty sure you can see where this is going, connect your two halves. And there you have the armor for the front. The shoulders will go on exactly as they were, so there's no transformation there. And the hands, you don't want to transform them yet, because if you do, it makes it somewhat difficult to get on. And we'll show that when we get to this assembly. So let's go ahead and get started. Now I went ahead and I installed the shoulders already. Basically, like I said, just slide them back on the blue peg and then you want to position them so that these blue and red sections on the back are facing horizontally backwards. So essentially like that. And you want to have the front of the shoulders at an angle down like that. They basically just rest on the front of the shoulder pad. Now you're going to bring in the front, and the way this works is you want to set yourself up for success. So swing the panels forward. You've got these two peg holes here. They will peg on to the two pegs at the top of the shoulders. And then that entire assembly will fold down, and these holes will peg onto these pegs right here on the bumper. And that holds nice and securely. The arms, as I said, you want to wait as far as transformation, but you want to make sure that you have these slots facing up. And the reason that it's best to wait, it's impossible to get these pushed onto those while it's transformed. It's easier to do it and then transform it. So push it on nice and securely. Bring it down and fold your fist in. Just like that. And I'll show that again. Push these two pegs into these two holes. Make sure your hand is in a fist. And it is the very snug fit. Again, hand in a fist. Fold in. And then fold in. Just like that. And once you have the arms on, the next step is to bring in your hammer. You want to go ahead and transform it, so bring the handle down, split it open, and these two slots will go onto the two pegs here on the armor. Now, you want to make sure that you have everything situated right for this, because it'll bring stability to the back pieces. And there you go. Next step is you want to bring your feet, transform the ankle down, and make sure that these are somewhat straight. Bring in your chest piece, and you'll use the top hole and peg on to the side of the chest with the toes facing out, just like that. And then the outermost holes here and here will go onto the red pegs here and here. Alright, And you can see that the feet do hide inside the chest. Back there. And the last step, bring in your blue shin covers. And these two pegs will connect to these two holes. Now, be careful with this part because it can cause problems as far as putting down pressure, and it may just cause the whole thing to explode, but we'll give it a shot. Right, there we go. I'm going to clean it up a little bit and then we'll take a look at it. Alright, there we have Ultra Magnus, or Helios, in his armored vehicle mode. I gotta say, it's really impressive. It looks really good. It's definitely an armored vehicle from an alien world. Looks good. I mean, it's bulky as all get out, but it rolls perfectly fine. Again, going around the details here. I've seen it all before, but we'll take a look at it in armor mode. There's the back. Side. And the front. It looks really, really impressive. It's amazing how the armor comes together to give it this definitely awesome armored look. And should you want to, you can bring your vehicle or your rifle in and peg it into the side like that. I can also peg into the hammer, but I like that blue metallic paint too much in order to do that. So it is an option, but it looks really, really good. Just for comparison, let's bring in something everybody is used to using as a comparison. We've got streak here. And we'll also bring in a P10. Both of which have been enhanced by Toy Hack's cell shaded windows. So it is a big, bulky vehicle mode, but it looks really good. Alright, let's talk about the negatives. The biggest complaint I have is the ease at which the paint scratches off, but I mean, you gotta expect that with something like this that has multiple bot modes and utilizes a slide-on method for armor. Another complaint, it's just that his bulkiness does limit his articulation. So if you're expecting a highly articulated masterpiece that you can pose any way that you want, then this is not the bot for you. If you were looking for something that has an amazing look and an amazing shelf presence, then definitely pick him up. I will definitely enjoy having this guy on my shelf. So is it a recommend for me? Yeah, definitely. If you are into this line, if you love the video game, or if you do just love the odd transforming figure, then by all means pick him up. You won't be disappointed because he does look amazing. I have no regrets. I want to thank the Chosen Prime for getting this out to me so quickly. Their service is great, and I do use them quite a bit. So definitely check them out. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel to help it grow and help it improve. Yeah, hit that like button and get your bell on so you get notified for future content. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you again next time.